All right, we are wrapping up Crossover Thursday right here on the Locked On Eagles and Locked On Cowboys podcast, getting into keys to victory. Marcus, if there were three things that you said, this is why the Dallas Cowboys won on Sunday in Philadelphia, what would be those reasons?
First of all, they got to take care of the ball. They can't afford to have 6 turnovers and win the game. They're just not that type of offense. It's not going to happen 2 weeks in a row. So we've seen the Cowboys do a better job over the last couple of weeks, and that's why they've been competitive. So if Cooper Rush and the offense can hold onto the football, even if you're just kicking field goals, you're going to have a chance to stay in this one. Protect the football. On defense, you have to find ways to get Philadelphia to 3rd and long, because I doubt very much that Kenny Pickett against Mike Zimmer's ridiculous blitz packages is going to be able to bail them out of situations. The last thing you want are 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s, where they can just hand the ball off to Saquon Barkley. So Get into 3rd and manageable on defense, and I think they're going to have a good chance to survive. And number 3, your stars have to play like stars. Micah Parsons and CeeDee Lamb have been awesome in the last month. Micah has been the best edge rusher since coming back. CeeDee Lamb's continue to put up big numbers. If your star players can play like stars, maybe you'll have a chance to stay in this game and pull off another upset victory. It's going to be tough. It's going to be an uphill challenge for the Cowboys, but they've done it against some better teams over the last couple of weeks. We'll see if they can do it in this one.
Yeah, I think that's a main reason, or a number one key victory for the Eagles as well, that I'm looking at. A reason that the Cowboys could win this game is if Kenny Pickett turns the ball over. Do not turn the football over, especially in your own end, and make it 3rd down and manageable, because like you said, Mike Zimmer, he brings the heat. Kenny Pickett last week did not handle the blitz all that well when the Commanders were giving him those aggressive looks. So that's definitely something I'm looking at. And when it comes to the Eagles defense, I think they got to stop the run game. I mean, CeeDee Lamb, obviously that's a player that's one of the best in the league at wide receiver. Of course, stopping him, he's been on a roll these last 3 games, on an absolute tear statistically. But they have to make sure, like the same thing with Kenny Pickett, they can get Cooper Rush into 2nd, 3rd, and long situations, make him throw the football, so then the Eagles pass rush can pin their ears back and just go attack. Bryce Huff's going to be likely playing in this game too, so they'll add another pass rusher into that 4-man edge rotation. So those are a couple of my key victories. And then, of course, be creative in finding ways to get Saquon Barkley the football, because he's going to have to be the one that carries you, I think, on the offensive side of the football.
Yeah, I mean, this feels like one of those games where the Eagles are like, hey, Saquon, you're getting 25, 27 touches. Win this game and you'll have week 18 off. And maybe he'll want to play against the Giants to set the record. Saquon doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that cares that much about it. I think he would rather have the week off going into the postseason.
Although setting the record against the Giants would be incredible, let me tell you. Like no, but you're right.
Schedule makers might have known that he was going to have a good year. I wouldn't be surprised if they're asking Saquon Barkley to go out and win this game for them. I think he could have a really good game, although Dallas has done a good job, at least historically, of slowing down Saquon Barkley. Then again, he's only played with this Philadelphia offensive line once against them. So I would expect this to be a massive Saquon game.
So FanDuel right now, Marcus, as you said, the line has switched over to what, 7.5 it looks like?
7.5, yep.
What do you like in that? Are you picking the Cowboys to cover there?
To me, it feels like the Cowboys got, I don't want to say their signature win, but they're a big win against Tampa Bay last night, last week on Sunday Night Football. They're just overmatched talent-wise. They have a ton of injuries. Even someone like CeeDee Lamb, who's been gutting through a shoulder injury. I don't even know if he's going to be able to play this week. He didn't play hardly at all in the second half. I got to imagine that the Eagles, coming off a loss, are going to want to take care of business. Yeah. I would take the Eagles, but I'm looking at that point total of 40. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes under. This very much, Louis, feels to me like a 23-13 type of game.
It does look like I'm actually going to take the Cowboys to cover that 7.5 line. I think the Eagles will win the football game outright, so I would take the money line. But I'm looking at the weather too. There could be rain in Philadelphia Sunday afternoon. Kenny Pickett, smallest hands in the league at quarterback, or at least in the bottom. So not sure if that's going to help out either. So this, you're right, Marcus. This could be like a defensive, grinded out kind of game in the second half. I think it'll be close for a little bit.
I won't be surprised if this game is over by like 3:30 Eastern time.
Yeah.
Like both teams are just trying to run the ball, get out of this one.
Yeah.
There's just not a lot of reason for both of these teams to try to air it out too much. Dallas is just going to want to try to extend this game and keep it close as long as possible. And I think Nick Sirianni and Kellen Moore are going to do everything in their power to make sure that Kenny Pickett isn't exposed to some of the blitz packages in this one.
Eagles are wearing Kelly green as well in this game. They have not lost in the vintage uniforms. So if you're a jersey statistic guy, then that's something else to keep an eye on.
At least if Dallas loses, they're going to lose to a team wearing their best uniform.
At least they're going to look good. Yeah, this is going to be a great jersey aesthetic game. They have not worn the Kelly greens with the classic cowboy white as well. So it's going to be
amazing.
A great jersey battle for sure. The aesthetic's going to look better than the actual game play
absolutely
on the field.